Good morning, everybody, and you're very welcome to my live Monday Messages video, or if you're watching on the replay, you're equally welcome. Pretty sure I'm live, yes. So, my name's Rebecca, for those of you who don't know me. I'm a homeopath, a coach, and an all-round natural health advocate. And as part of my commitment to passing on what I know to as many of you as possible and encouraging as many people as possible to use natural health methods to recover themselves and live their best lives, then I pop in here on a Monday and just share a simple tip, a message, a practice, just something that I know has worked for me and has worked for very many of the women that I work with. So that's the preamble. So today, beautiful September, lost a month there. Beautiful October morning, just lovely. I love this time of year, actually. And I had a beautiful walk in the ancient oak forests, part of the ancient oak forests of Ireland, here in Killarney yesterday. Kind of local, quite hidden beauty spot. Lovely waterfall in the woods leading right down to the shore of the lake. O'Sullivan's Cascades, it's known as. And it was just so therapeutic to be in sunshine amongst so many oak trees, so many old, wise, slow-growing, beautiful oak trees. Like, I could really feel that energy. And you might think that's a bit woo-woo, but I can feel it and I love it. And it just invigorates me, basically. And it got me thinking about what I'm in the middle of at the moment, which is really harvesting everything that I have gained, all my wisdom, all the tools that I have learnt and that I have acquired over the years that I've been in this body on this earth. And I'm not saying that I'm as powerful as an oak tree, but I do have a lot of wisdom to pass on. And part of my remit, if you like, I believe, is to share that with as many of you as possible. So I'm in the middle of changing the way that I work with my clients, the way that I work with you, the way that I offer what I can offer. Part of that is I'm combining both my websites, and I'm integrating everything that I have acquired and has become kind of part of me. I'm integrating that at the moment, and I believe that that's a part of becoming really healthy, is to gather in all the bits of ourselves and be able to really integrate them within our bodies and within our hearts and our souls, and become whole. And often it can take a lifetime to do that. And going back to that oak tree analogy, oak is a really, really powerful homeopathic remedy. And part of it is about the ability to keep on taking in, and also to be able to help others. And oak trees actually have as much life within them at their very oldest as they have when they first started. They actually support a lot of extra life. And there are many, many animals that live within oak trees. There are many insects, there are many plants, fungi, all sorts of things that are dependent on the oak tree. Not solely, but as part of their existence, if you like. And so the oak has a beautiful energy of being able to hold space and health for other life, not just their own. So anyway, I digress. Part of my changing and part of my upgrading of what I offer is how I work on social media as well as my websites. And as part of that, my message today is that I have decided to temporarily open up one of my, well, probably both my private member groups actually, but at the moment, the primary one will be the homeopathy learning support space, which is a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. And up until now, it's only been available to people actually doing my learning course, my home prescribing course. And at the moment, I've decided that I want to reach more of you, and I want more of you to really become confident, fearless, natural health prescribers, less dependent on others to address what are mostly minor illnesses and, less, more able to feel that you can do something, that you have the tools there at your fingertips to help relieve children when they're ill, for example, or yourself. And opening up this group, I feel, is going to allow me to do that, to actually reach more of you. I'm planning to do lives like this, but focused on particular remedies or particular illnesses, age groups, things like menstrual problems, menopause, a big one, but also how you might use it for your children and your pets. It was originally based around this kit, which I know I've banged on about before, but this kit of 36 remedies, but it is a beautiful kit to have as part of your new life, where you're going to actually be able to help people when they're ill and help yourself when you're ill. And part of that is actually just doing it, just learning as you go. And the beauty of homeopathy is you can do that because it's completely safe. There are no side effects. The worst that can happen is that you don't quite get the remedy, your choice of remedy, right, if you like, and then nothing will happen. You haven't actually changed anything from where you were. So what happens in that case is you go straight to the group and you ask for me, or you ask who else might have used remedies in that circumstance and found some other remedy that would be more appropriate. So that's what I want, is to have a thriving community of those of you who are interested in homeopathy in some way. Now, you don't have to have used homeopathy yourself to join the group. You just having an interest, wanting to know more is enough. You might be somebody who's already maybe used homeopathy yourself at home and maybe had mixed results, and you'd like to actually improve your track record and understand why you perhaps haven't got what you set out to achieve. It may be that you just want to know more about how the body works and how things like natural systems of medicine do actually help, and that you don't have to rely on over-the-counter medications, pharmaceuticals necessarily all the time. Most of the people I know who use things like those kits have really been able to change the way that they regard minor illness and actually chronic illness as well, to really understand what is happening when we do minor illnesses and not go into a sort of panic, knee-jerk response, which is all too easy to do, especially when you're dealing with young children. So actually having a toolkit yourself at home that you can use and you can have as your first port of call really reduces feelings of anxiety, not knowing, feeling kind of in the dark about what to do. What can I do? Oh, I have to go to an outside expert. No, you don't. You can actually learn to use something like these remedy kits, or just gradually collect your own collection of remedies and really learn how to use them to make a big difference to how your family or how you do minor illnesses. And actually, it's the bedrock of chronic illness as well, because if we actually can actually support the body in doing minor illnesses, we're much less likely to need to do the chronic illness. So for me, it's a foundation stone, and homeopathy for me, with all my different health modalities, is my foundation stone. So I want to pass that on to as many of you as possible. It's how I started. It's how I started as a practitioner, was being a home prescriber myself. So if you're interested in joining that group, then do click on the link that is in the post with this video. I'm going to double check it once I've stopped speaking, because it may be that I just have to add a link, so be patient with me there. And also, I would ask you to just be a little bit patient over the next week, because I'm going to give myself a week for people to come in and to gather you all up and actually just have a kind of head count as to where you are and what you'd like to know before I start doing any recordings or coming in live or anything like that. So there's a little poll there that you might want to complete. It's just 3 questions, really. It's just to help me to understand what you would like from the group. And I very much want you to make me accountable within that group, and to tell me what you would like, to ask questions, to share experiences, to identify any kind of areas that you're maybe not feeling so confident about, that you're completely in the dark about, that something that might have happened that you go, I just don't know what went on there. Or perhaps you've got some kind of belief system going about homeopathy in general, or about certain remedies. Maybe you are a long-term user of homeopathy, but you struggle with things like how often to give them, or what potency to select. I mean, if you have a kit, you don't have that option because they're all the same potency. There are all kinds of questions that might come up, and please, I invite you to use the group to ask those questions, because your question will help other people. And that's what I want, is for us all to be supportive of each other. No question is a stupid question. Absolutely not. So if you have any questions about the group before you request to join, because that's what you have to do, you'll have to find the group and request to join, and I will let you in immediately. Then do pop them in the comments below, or if you want to chat to me about it, then you can use the Linktree link to book a free call with me, and we can have a chat about that. Okay, that's my message for today. And actually, the other part of the message is that I won't be doing a live next week in Monday Messages, because my sister, my other sister, is visiting me, and I haven't seen her for over a year, and so I want to devote my attention to her next week. So I'm going to be back on the bank holiday, the 25th. So I will see you then. But meantime, do pop into the group, ask any questions. I will get back to you as soon as I can, or book that free call with me. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And if you have any questions right now, I'm quite happy to answer them live if you do. So I'll just maybe give it a couple of minutes to give those of you watching a chance to ask a question or make a comment. I don't mind, because I know there's a bit of a delay in that coming through. So just give it a second. No, nothing coming through. Okay, that's fine. I look forward to talking to you and getting to know you better within the group if it suits you. Have a wonderful week. Take care. Mind yourselves. Bye.